Namaskara, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? The, I think Ranjit, Daniel, and Aarti, I'm sorry, Madhavika, kind of explained what I was saying. I started calling her Aarti actually. I've stopped calling her Malavika if you notice. I've been saying this. You know that, like she says, 100% is too little sometimes. 200%, 300% is also not enough when you're committed to a movie and you want to do something very different and spectacular. My life, I've done every film like that, but I say to her, oh, Elena, you have Aparjit, Onion, or you have Ai, or you have Ravan. These are all movies that I really, Pita Magan, the movies that I really worked and they worked on me, and it was very difficult. They're the most difficult movies, anybody can make. But compared to this movie, I always say that was only 8%. That's it. He killed us. Every shot, he killed us. It's not like I'm not exaggerating, because you may think that fight sequence, wherever you see Malavika and me fighting, it was difficult. But apart from that, Daniel and I have a scene that will be so difficult. And it is not about the fights. When Parvati is there, she's my wife. That again is, even if it's a romantic scene, it's not a romantic scene. It's a violent romantic scene. Or, I'm not talking about violence and everything. I'm saying this performance. Even if it was something that was very, very, very sensitive, we had to try really hard to be those characters, because none of them behave like us. We have been, we become cultured, we are so civilized. See, I'm standing like this and talking. Maybe then I would be squatting and, it's very different. I'll be like, the way I stand will be very different. So everything had to be, first of all, from the body language to the way we even think had to change for this film. So every scene I felt, like there was no scene where, you can think, today is a light scene. Every scene, I swear, when you see the movie, when you see the trailer, you understand. True, every shot is like that. And all of us had to perform. The most beautiful thing is, you said it very beautifully. You said a lot of things that I was surprised, like you seem to know so much. Of course, we spoke to you earlier. Exactly. The performances, he's got artists. Every actor in this movie is a performer of some sort. Maybe I'm the only one who cheats a little and does some homework and comes back. Everybody, starting from all the way from London, there's a gentleman here called Daniel, Aarti, Parvati, and Pasupati, and we have Hari, we have so many of them. And in this movie, we didn't have junior artists, we didn't have supporting actors, we had only character. Everybody was like a drama artist, or he's gone to drama schools and picked them up. There was auditions. So every single one of them you saw in the frame, they will all act, and all of them got hurt, even the women. It's not just the men. Because those times were like that. What is so beautiful about this film is, we had to live like them. It was not just the dress. We had to actually live like them to bring across that emotion. And I think the only way we could have done that is to be them. We couldn't have acted. So maybe the first few days, all of us teething problems. But once we started, once we got into it, we went back so many hundreds of years ago. And it was beautiful. And I just want to add that this movie is a very raw, it's a very, very, very raw film, but at the same time, it's a very exciting film to have worked in and to even watch. Like from the trailer, you can understand. It's not a film that's like, it's only about poverty or it's only about drama. Or it's not that. There's something exciting happening always. And he has somehow, in that reality, he's done a little bit of magical reality where he's woven a little bit of fantasy into it, which is believable. And at the same time, at one point, you don't know what is fantasy, what is reality. And it was such an honor working with you, Ranjit. I think he's one of the most promising and most dedicated directors in India, not just anywhere else. And Ranjit, I wanted to say about the Kannada films, and he said everything that I was going on in my mind. I love your films, and he actually, the 4 films that he mentioned were films I saw. In fact, Side A and Side A, I even called up Rakshit and told him. I started the film, and I was thinking it was actually 10 o'clock. Started watching, and then I said, see tomorrow. Okay. I went up, then I said, no, what happens to this guy? Yeah. I went back and watched the whole thing, and I called him up next day. Okay. I said, I watched it, and I wanted to call up everybody in the movie and tell them it was so good. And Kantara, I had to add, when we started the film, Kantara hadn't been released, like where KGF was when he had started thinking about the film. And I was only into this role and what we can do with this film, and God, we should make this somehow reach the audience and, go there. And Kantara, how Bahubali came and just opened doors, like there was no, I mean, there was like a lot of films like James and Aparjit, a lot of films have already reached across the borders. But Bahubali came and opened doors. And then KGF made it even bigger, like pushed the doors open more and, all over. But Kantara came in and said, listen, even a movie with content can make an impact. And something that is so steeped in mythology, which is only restricted to Mangalore, was actually reaching people across the globe. That suddenly, like, that was the middle of our shoot, and I thought, wow, that means like we don't have to try so hard. People have changed, I mean, the way they're watching movies is very different. I just wanted to add that, and I would like to tell you that I love the Kannada films that's happening right now, and maybe someday we'll do a Kannada film. So I don't know. I'm just thinking. Because I've always, even before, I used to think, why haven't I tried Kannada? I've done Malayalam, I've done Telugu. When I used to struggle, I've done everything. I didn't go into Kannada. I was just thinking, maybe. But let's see, something pops up. We'd love to do. Prashant, everybody is like, you're another level. It'd be lovely to work with you guys. Thank you, and thank you for being here and for being so patient. Got a little late to come in. I'm so sorry. I hadn't had food all day and I was a little hungry. So it's my fault, not my crew. And I have to add that I've also worked with some really exceptional talents like Malavika, Danny, Parvati, Pasupati, and all of them. And I won't say, I know you're going to ask a lot of questions. I'll see you on the other side.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಿನಿಮಾಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪ್ಯಾಷನೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೀರಿಯಸ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಿನಿಮಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ
I feel at the moment you won't believe, how many people are watching movies with just subtitles. Nobody wants to watch dubbed films anymore.
Correct.
And also, I think India is a beautiful country which welcomes every language, and every language is our language, right? So it's just that we're all cousins.
Oh.
So could act in any film.
And we have amazing cousins. Thank you so much, sir. Please be seated, please.